Sometimes, glitches in Minecraft can just be hiding in absolutely plain sight. For today's video, if I had to make a list of things that I felt were obvious to try to see if they would break the game, this would rank pretty high, but it took an email that came in from xDarkDiamond to inform me of the Phantom Nether, which is a sort of buggy state of the Nether that you can access with two simple commands in the vanilla game. So what are those commands, and what sorts of things occur in the Phantom Nether? Well, let's go ahead and let's check them out. So, alright, what kind of glitch is so obvious, but also so mysterious that I haven't heard about it before? Well, let me ask you this question. What happens when you enter the Nether from the end? I mean, you can't even make a Nether portal in the end, but at face value, it doesn't seem like this should really cause any problems. You should just go through the portal, appear in the Nether, and everything's great. But as with many things, I'm here making a video about it, which means nothing about what happens can be classified as normal. So let's do this. From the overworld in creative mode, use this command to set an end portal block at your location to immediately enter the end. Once in the end, use the same command but for a nether portal block instead, which will put you in the Phantom Nether. The Phantom Nether is a glitched out instance of the Nether itself where any and all entities don't react like you would expect. The terrain generation itself is fine and totally normal, but when you take a second to look around, there are no mobs at all, even though I'm on normal mode. Even if I approach a Nether stronghold, no blazes will spawn from the blaze spawner. If I use a command to summon a mob, it'll show up, but it'll have no active AI of any kind and can't be interacted with at all, even if I wind up changing my game mode to survival. But let's check out some other stuff. Other entities that react in unexpected ways are, well, all of them. If you place sand over air and switch to survival mode, the sand begins falling infinitely. If you fire arrows from a bow and switch your game mode, they show up and stick in the air from where you fired them. If you try to break a block on survival mode, it just doesn't work, even though it works just fine on creative mode. If you drop items in creative mode and switch to survival, we'll get a similar result to what's going on with sand. It just sticks in place, looping the dropping animation forever. Redstone appears to work just fine, but anything pertaining to entities does not. Droppers, dispensers, minecarts, moving piston heads, etc. But now let's check out the explosive items, TNT and beds. So, as you might know, if you try and use a bed in the Nether, it'll just explode. If we place one down while in creative mode and right click on it, we can see it works like it's supposed to, but entities don't drop at all unless we switch over to survival mode, in which case they'll exhibit the same infinitely falling behavior as everything else. But TNT is interesting, because when you activate it, the prime TNT is actually an entity, unlike beds. Lighting it on creative mode does nothing, it just disappears. It seems like entities in general just cannot come into existence when you're in creative mode, only in survival mode. So if we switch to survival mode after lighting the TNT, the entity state of the TNT does appear, but it doesn't explode. For that, we'll have to log out of the map and log back in. And once we do that, the effects of the Phantom Nether disappear entirely, though they can be brought back if you go to the end and then back to the Nether again. The TNT that didn't explode reignites and explodes. All of the sand that was infinitely falling before falls properly. All of the items on the ground can be picked up like normal. Blocks can be broken again, and all of the arrows will hit the ground like normal. This whole thing was a pretty wild occurrence, but I thought it was worth showing off in its own video. So thanks again to xDarkDiamond for tipping me off about this glitch. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it, because it would really help out myself, the channel, and the video quite a lot. So I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.